What is up, guys? Team Yugi Fields here with another deck profile, and today we're going to be taking a look at Sky Strikers. Deck's still really good. It's not tier 1, but I'd probably say it's a tier 2, maybe like 1.5, because it can counter the meta pretty well. I mean, you could kind of toss it into the rogue category because it's not tier 2. I don't know. It's kind of weird to describe this deck right now, but overall, deck still works very, very well. It's topping tournaments frequently. Almost every single tournament, you're seeing it in Top Cut. Obviously, Raye did really well, and he piloted it to a victory like a month ago, I think, around a month ago. The deck has a pretty high ceiling still. You can still break boards really easily. You just play a lot of hand traps now. But I'm going to hop right into this and showcase how I'm playing this deck currently. So obviously we have to play 3 of the best card, which is 3 Raye. You just want to be able to see Raye as much as possible. It's just, the card's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy card. 3 Rose. I was playing 2 for a long time, but I decided to play 3 because you really, really want to see this or Raye to access to your Sky Striker Link monsters. So I opted to play a 3rd Rose, and it's honestly working out phenomenally so far. Then the big hand trap lineup, 3 Nibiru. I'm going to try and fit all of these on the screen at once. If I can't, I apologize. It's a little tight space, but we'll see what we can do. So 3 Nibiru, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Ash, 2 Ogre, and then if we're lucky enough, we can squeeze 1 more hand trap in on screen here. I'm gonna have to put it below though for sure, which is going to be our 3 Infinite Impermanence. So I found that this hand trap ratio is really, really solid overall. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's just, I think Ogre is really good for multiple reasons in this deck. If you Ogre their Needle Fiber, then they can't make a Link Cross. And if you don't have to Ogre a Needle Fiber, you can Ogre your own Area 0, and you can summon a Raye or a Rose off of it, which is really, really useful. Other than that, all the other hand traps kind of just speak for themselves. Everyone knows why they're there, but I figured I'd explain a little bit as to why Ogre is being played more. Moving on to the spell cards, I opted to play 2 Shark Cannon. I would have played 3, but I wanted to play the 3rd Rose, and I felt that the 3rd Rose was definitely a better choice, and so far it's definitely turned out to be. Then I play 2 Widow Anchor. Obviously, you need to play 2 of this card. It's absolutely crazy. It's basically a Mind Control and a Forbidden Chalice, which is just nuts. Crazy card, really crazy card. Double Afterburner. I side the 2 Jamming Waves in case I need to either pull these out or just add other cards to help clear my opponent's field. Then 2 Area 0. I always want to play 3, but like there's just no reason to play 3. 2 is perfectly fine. So we stick with the 2. Then we play, of course, the 1 multi-roll and the 1 Hornet Drones. That's pretty self-explanatory. Then for the non-striker spells, we have the 3 Cyclone for all the pesky back row that you could possibly think of. It's just the best card for it right now, especially against Eldritch. Then the draw power, we have the 3 Desires and the 1 Upstart. This is fairly self-explanatory too. I don't think many people need any kind of reasoning behind this. It just grants you access to more cards in your deck while putting more spell cards in your grave. Then I play the 1 Mine and the 1 Terraforming. I think that this is pretty necessary in the main deck to just play the 1 of. We side deck the other ones. As much as I hate playing Mystic Mine, it's just really good in this deck. And then the last card, we play the 1 Reinforcement of the Army, which is pretty straightforward. You just want to see your Raye or your Rose. Moving on to the extra deck, we of course play triple Kagari. That's pretty self-explanatory. Adding your striker cards back and an attack boost for each spell engrave is also pretty nice. 3 Shizuku, searching in end phase as well as dropping your opponent's monster's attack points is really solid. So playing 3 Shizuku is definitely a must. Then we play the 3 Hayate. Being able to just poke directly for 15 is not only good to dump a card, but it's also good because it can definitely win you some games in time. There are plenty of times where you will get close to going to time or go into time, and then your opponent and you are at the same amount of life points. You just summon a Hayate, hit him for 15, and then the clock burns down and you end up winning. Then we play the 1 Kaina and the 1 Zeke. these are just necessary. You got to play one of each of them. Zeke is really, really good. He really helps you clear your field off to use your striker spells, as well as eliminate cards on your opponent's side of the field. So definitely got to play that Zeke. Then for the one-ofs, we play the one Hita and the one Needle, or the Halqifibrax, however you want to say it. I still call it Needle Fiber. I just can't get it out of my head. Every time I go to make a deck list on Dueling Book, I type in Needle Fiber and nothing pops up, and then I realize I have to retype it. But I think that's a lot of people. Like, we didn't get the card for so long, so people were just calling it what it was. Then I play the one Selene and the one Access Code. That's the extra deck. Pretty simple and straightforward, honestly. I don't think it needs an excessive amount of explanation. The Selene play is obviously really good with Effect Veiler. It just grants you access to the Access Code Talker with a higher attack and the ability to basically pop more cards, which is really nice. Moving on to the side deck, though, as I always state, the side deck is a work in progress. It's fairly similar to Raye News. I don't remember what cards I changed. I think I changed something in here, but I don't remember what it was. It's been a hot minute since I've touched the side deck on this, just because I like how it runs. But we have 3 DD Crow. I think that DD Crow is really, really good against a lot of the meta. It's good against Salad, good against Eldritch. That's, you know, those 2 decks alone, if you can play DD Crow against them, it can definitely hurt them. So why not have more outs? Then 2 Jamming Waves, which I mentioned before. We side them just for more back row removal, as well as the ability to just kind of work around your opponent's field. You can also pop one of your set like area zeros, and then you get to pop one of like your opponent's cards maybe, and you get to summon a Raye or a Rose off of it. So Jamming Waves is really nice. Multi-purpose card, really, really multi-purpose. The other 2 mine with a set rotation and a metaverse. I think that this is something that you kind of need to do, because if you like play against super heavy combo decks and they can just play around your board, you're going to want something to kind of slow them down. And typically playing the mine package is the best way. Playing Dark Ruler in this deck just isn't that good. As much as I love Dark Ruler, it just hurts you more than anything. Then we have the cards that we play in case we are forced to go first, basically. So we play 3. There can be only 1, or as me and my friends like to call it, there can only be fun. It's just such a terrible but great card. In this deck, it does so many good things. You can just literally force your opponent to sit on cards that they don't need, or cards that they would like to get rid of off the field but are unable to. So playing this is a very, very good choice. And then the last card is the Triple Judgment. You really just want this. Like, Judgment is really good on top of having your hand traps. It just gives you the ability to really remove cards off of your opponent's board that they're attempting to place on the board, and kind of cut them off from having access to them. Overall, just a really, really good card. I think the Triple Judgment in the side deck is awesome, because there are going to be decks that force you to go second. A lot of people are going to force you to go second, or go first, I'm sorry, in a lot of instances. So it's bound to happen. It's just something that we have to deal with this deck, but it's fully worth it. But that is the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to try and post a deck profile between every 4 days to, I'm going to say between 4 and 8 days. I've been pretty good at getting them up in roughly 4 to 5 days. So I'm going to try and keep on the same schedule if I can, and if not, I'll just post them within like a week, like I said. But it all depends on how my schedule looks, but I'm trying to pump out as much content as I can so you guys can see as many different decks that you can play and things that you can do with all of your fun pieces of cardboard. But as I said before, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hit that subscribe button too while you're at it. And for right now, this is Team Yugi Feels signing out.